Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am using my Cricut to cut out vinyl labels to add to these jars. I found these at the Target Bullseye section this year. They were $5 each, and I think they're so cute. I love the red lid and the wooden spoons next to them. They're the perfect jars for a hot cocoa bar. I'm going to make the hot cocoa bar super simple and just add hot cocoa mix, marshmallows, and candy canes to the jars. I'm removing the stickers here, and I always have a hard time removing these. I did a video one time asking how people do this, and I need to go back and look at those comments. I feel like a lot of people recommended a heat gun over it, but I still have not purchased one, so I really need to do that and give it a try. Now I'm in Cricut Design Space. I am going to click on my text and grab my font. I was already playing around with my font, so I have it up already, but I'm just going to click on here, and the one I'm using is Christmas Squad. I found this on defont.com. They actually have a whole section of Christmas fonts. I think I have it pulled up still. If you look all the way over to the right, there's a holiday section, and I selected Christmas. And look how fun all these Christmas fonts are. I had a hard time deciding which one because there's so many cute ones. So just in case you didn't know that, and you can download all of these for free for personal use. Now I'm just going to type my words in. With this font, I especially like the capital letters. It kind of gives me just that Christmassy vibes. Now I'm going to figure out my size for these, and I have a really good tip if you're wanting to cut out vinyl to label different things. What you do is pick your longest font. So this one would obviously be Marshmallows. I measured on my jar about how wide I want it to be, and I decided 4.5 inches would be good for the width because the jar is pretty wide. So I'll come up here and I'll hit 4.5 inches. What I used to do next was make all of them the same width, but if you do that, let me come up here and switch it. This one's close to that. I'll just switch it. So you can see how much bigger these are than Marshmallow, and when you have these jars sitting right next to each other, it's just not going to look that great in my opinion. So what I actually like to do is I'm clicking on Marshmallow since I have that sized, and I come up to my font size, I copy that, then I make the other two the same font size. I'm using my hotkeys on my keyboard, so I hit Command C to copy it, and now all I have to do is hit Command V and hit Enter. Now the font size is the exact same, and it looks a little bit more uniform. I'm using red glitter vinyl for this, but I'm just going to keep it all the black color. I don't need to change it since it's all going to be on the same mat. And I'm actually using my Cricut Smart Vinyl. I haven't used that in a while, but you can use any vinyl that you want to. So I am going to select the without a mat. I'll come down here and hit Continue. I'm going to switch over to Popular. I am going to select Smart Vinyl Shimmer. I'm using my Cricut roll holder. This is only available with the Cricut Maker 3 and the Cricut Explorer Air 3. I'm also using the Cricut Smart Vinyl. This is the shimmer color, and I'm not usually a big fan of Cricut vinyl, but I absolutely love the shimmer vinyl. It is so pretty. I feed this through the roll holder, then load it into the Cricut machine, and it'll cut it out without a mat, which is pretty convenient. You can only use the Smart Vinyl with this roll holder though, so I honestly don't use it that much. You can use this vinyl on any of the machines though. You would just add it to your Cricut mat. I'm not sure what setting you would use. You might have to play around with that. Before unloading the mat, I use my roll holder to cut away at the vinyl. Now I'm ready to weed out my design. I'm using this pen tool. I can link it down in the description box. I never use a Cricut weeding tool anymore because I love using this. It just makes it so easy, especially getting in between those letters there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this font cut into the upper corners of each letter for some reason, and I think it's just a font issue, and you can really see it on the L's there. I don't think it's that noticeable, and I'm just making this for myself, but if you are making this for somebody else, or if that bothers you, then you might want to use a different font. Here I'm adding transfer tape. I'm actually using Cricut transfer tape, which I'm not a fan of either, but this comes with the shimmer vinyl and somehow it picks it up perfectly and it releases it perfectly. So surprisingly, I would recommend this transfer tape. I believe it's their strong grip transfer tape. To help the vinyl adhere to the transfer tape, my biggest tip is to turn it around and burnish the back. And if you do circular motions like I was doing there, it makes a huge difference for some reason. Now I'm ready to add the vinyl. I placed my jar on these vinyl rolls that I taped together, and here I am just removing the backing of the transfer tape. I like to do it this way. It makes it a lot easier to remove it. And then I line it up on my jar. I try to look at the lines on the transfer tape as well. Once it's on the jar, I like to use my fingers to burnish this down, then I remove the transfer tape. I follow the same process for the other two jars. Now I'm ready to fill up my jars. Now that I have all the jars filled up, I can set up my little hot cocoa bar in my kitchen. I really like how this doesn't take up too much space, and my kids absolutely love it. Here's how it turned out. Everything right here was from the Target Bullseye section. Sometimes I spend too much money there, but they have really cute things. I also love the shimmer vinyl. I just think it is so pretty. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did. Give it a thumbs up. I would also love it if you subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I hope you have a fantastic day.